I wanted to respond to Bird Martinez about the Lady Frijoles, and it was a Honduran woman in Mexico who was one of the immigrants who was trying to get to the United States, and she made it. I didn't know she made it to the United States, and Bird Martinez made a video about this last year about how this woman was being ungrateful. They was getting her food. And a lot of folks not know that yeah they do eat frijoles and tacos and stuff that's similar to each other in Mexico and Central America, but they cook it a different way. Yeah, I get my point. So each Latin country, and especially in that region of Mexico and Central America, they don't all cook. They have the same type of food, but in a different way. So what happened is when she was coming through the border of Mexico from Honduras, Lady Frijoles told them in Spanish that it was pig food. Mexican food was pig food because in Honduras they cook the beans and the tacos different from they do it in Mexico. So what happened is a lot of Mexicans was offended. How dare you come to the country and be ungrateful? We gave you free food when you're supposed to give you free food. You didn't want it, and you said it was pig food. Well, she made it Texas, baby. As Roberta Martinez said, this woman made it Texas. She sure did, baby. She made it Texas. And guess what? She went to Dallas, 4 hours from away from here in Houston, and she got arrested and locked up. Yeah, she got arrested, locked up. They won't let her out because the Thea, which is the aunt, had let her stay there. So I guess if you hold his sister, jumped the Thea, the aunt, in their house. So this is why I tell people to be independent. That's why, okay. Because let it be known, in Texas, we have a lot of domestic violence, not just husband, wife, and baby mom, baby daddy, shacking up a girlfriend, boyfriend. You have family assaulting family, okay? I talked about it my own self. I called loss on my dad. Okay, my grandma when I was 12 years old, not 12, 14, excuse me, and when I was 28, going on 29, in 2008 on my dad. And here people believe family. So remember I said that I lived in poverty. If I had my way and did my own destiny in 20-some years, but yeah, 20, because I'll be 40 this year. 20-some years ago when I turned 20 and got rid of the older people, the older crowd that's trying to destroy my destiny, I wouldn't be no public housing and no food stamp. I was raised middle class, okay? My record clean, everything else. But remember I talked about how I didn't want to be abused and the thoughts of beating them and fighting them and killing them comes in because you feel unprotected. That's the reason I'm not trying to be a murderer or a violent person. They feel they have right to treat you like you less human. So that's why I advise people to be independent. Stop trying to tell someone to stay at someone else's house. Understand that family, but if the family don't get along, first of all, it ain't your damn business to be telling someone to stay in their family. Okay, that's why it took me a while to get my own place. Okay. Because folks in the neighborhood was harassing me. And folks at job coming down, I left all the way from Houston. I'm in El Paso. You got folks being chismosa telling me to stay. Oh, no. Stay along. I want to. They have been fires. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get in your family and do your family and be in their business and start shit. So you in mine, okay? So, and I was doped on medication and listened to dumb advice, and this is why I'm out my family house. I'm trying to get out of government system because I told you, I almost committed suicide behind this because my dream was to have a big house and have big, cool money and everything else, okay? But once again, here in Texas, folks be telling folks stay in their family, well, stay out their business because I bet Lady Frijoles we have our own place, probably own Section 8 or public housing, and not be living in no theater house and won't be jumping her and won't be arrested, okay? Because she grown. She not a little kid, okay? That's all it is. So Lady Frijoles is now locked up for assaulting a family member. Here we go. And this is big in Texas because we have dumb people telling folks to stay in their damn house and not their house, in their family house, their mama, grandma, grandpa. And, when it comes to grown people, grown folks need a space, okay? If y'all can get along, that's you. But let a grown person be independent. Stop trying to preach this exaggerating family-oriented values, okay? And a lot of this goes from the church, the Protestant church, the Catholic church. First of all, Jesus did talk about separating the family in Matthew 10. Stop denying that doggone verse, okay? In Matthew 10 about he put a sword. So maybe if y'all stop trying to bait in that sword and let Lady Frijoles get her own place, and her own apartamento, okay, her own casa, maybe the aunt will not be hurt. and her sister, that and also too, she have her own spot. I mean, dang, she may be here legally or a document, whatever. Whatever the case, let her stay. Let her come to Texas. Okay, she can go to California. She can come here to Texas. But at least gave her some Section 8 or whatever they could get for some government assistance, okay, and help her shelter, something, okay, a tent on the bridge, whatever you had to do. So she probably would not be locked up, be sent to her aunt. She couldn't follow the rules there because she grown. I mean, you could, but no, she need her own spot. If I was the aunt, I would say, okay, so you want to live in my house and I love you, let's go look for an apartment for you so you can leave my damn house, okay? Yeah, I honor the idea of being independent. Yeah, you can bring someone in the house, but I'm sorry. If they cannot follow rules, I mean, the least you can do is help them get their own, okay? I'm saying I believe in that, okay? Stop trying to kick them out. One day you might have a hurricane knock your ass out of your house like Hurricane Harvey 2 years ago, okay? Now, as I said, stop trying to control people and dominate people and trying to tell them how they're supposed to live and they grown, okay? Of course, in their house, they're supposed to abide by rules, but they ain't trying to. Okay, it's time to. Lady Frijoles got her ass out, and she was a good aunt time by her aunt, her Thea. Her Thea should have took her house shopping, took her to the public housing down there, and got her some Section 8 or some project or something, or an apartment for document immigrants or something. Could have got some all these special programs, because I would, okay? I would have done it. Shoes. I ain't gonna say, hey, you can't buy more. I don't want you to be kicked out of the street and be homeless and cold and in hot sun. Let me go ahead and jump in the car. Let's go ahead and drive and find a place for you to stay. You know what I'm saying? At least I can show that type of, charitable moment, okay? But here we go. People don't want nobody to be independent. Don't want nobody to have their own. Don't want to live in the house and make bad families be good families. If the family members don't get along, that's not your business to be in their family trying to start shit. Stop trying to be Bobby Likes in Love and Hip Hop Miami. You saw how that fight between JoJo and Veronica Vega? Okay, you see, yes, see how Ramon had to tell his mouth to shut up? Please. As I was saying, so let's get to the main reason why I made this video. People are shocked that Lady Frijoles was listed as white. When we know in Latin America, and most Hispanics are mixed with Spanish, Native, and African, okay? And you can tell it's a combination of all. She just looks more exotic, okay? Talking about Lady Frijoles. She's a little darker, so remember the indigenous and African part. She has a Spanish, you know what I'm saying? I do see a little curl pattern in her hair. It's like straight and wavy, but in her mug shot. So she's not a pure white woman. We're going to explain why Hispanics are listed as white at one period of time. Okay, during the time Rodrigo Lupe Hidalgo, Manifest Destiny, when they stole Texas and made it a slave state, okay, after Mexico banned slavery in 1829, a lot of white people, when they won the Mexican-American War, was kicking Mexican-Americans out of the Southwest and put in Mexico. It was a lot of Americans, so at one period of time, like I was telling Bird on the comment section, you had to be white in order to be United States citizen. That's why after slavery, the 14th Amendment, they didn't want African-American people both mixed with white or native of all three or pure black to be listed as American, but they had to after the Civil War, okay? So they was trying to, remember it's a case of an Asian man who was Japanese or Chinese, and he had became a Christian, a Protestant Christian. He became American Vice, and he was trying to win American citizens to become white. And since they knew he was Asian, they enlisted him as white, and he did not get American citizenship. So in order to, and so folks debated what to classify Mexican Americans, because most Mexican Americans, like any other Latino, are mixed and exotic looking. Okay, mixed people come in all colors. I don't want to argue about that. You have folks that look pure black, you have folks that look white, like Asian, whatever. But all the years of mixing with the native, the Spaniard, the African mixture as well, you have the exotic group. Okay, they speak Spanish, their culture is different, and it was debate. Well, since they didn't look black, even though many do have some deep down the family tree African roots, and I'm sure at one period of time they kept that hush because this was time when folks were lynching, and they were lynching Mexican Americans too. That's not that either, because every time I hear comments, some racists come by, a Mexican dude, Hispanic dude being racist, and by African people, I'll show them a clip of Mexicans getting lynched. Yes, by KK, Texas Rangers, and all the rest. Okay, so stop trying to act like that didn't happen. So what happened is you had to keep, like for example, you had people who look white, who were mixed with black who passed. And I'm not sitting here going to get upset with them because this is a time looking like a black person, look closer to black, or even looking dark. This is where the colors can come in. Dark like Wesley Snipes, Akon, and Lupita Nyong'o was a crime. Okay, you get my point. You see why in actors and community we mix for black and American, and we promote lightener. Not in today, but in the past, the lighter skinned people were the bishop, the priest, the ministers, the clergymen, the first black. There was always some light. Like for example, Dardange. Dardange is our Mel Monroe, and she was mixed with black, Native American here, Mexican and white. Okay, look how exotic she was. She was our Mel Monroe. Okay, a lot of folks to understand. Okay. Fair Douglas' dad was a white man, okay? Even Harriet Tubman was dark, okay, but she had her mother was part black, I did research on found out her dad was from Africa, okay? But if they was lighter than Harriet Tubman, okay, you get my point. The first, who was the one with the blood transfusion? He looked like a white man, I forgot his name. See, you get my point, he had black hair. W.E. Du Bois with lighter skin, Walter. Do you get my point? That's why that people prefer to look more lighter and hair. Do y'all get my point? Because that's the time. So imagine you mix with Native and Spanish and also African. You don't want to let the white man know about that. So that's why I know the Latinos, not just Mexican, but Dominican, Puerto Rican, others keep their hush-hush because in America, being black heritage of any sort was a crime. I want folks to understand. If everybody said, oh, you're a coon, there was no civil rights movement and sit-downs and fist pumps and Afro weed, Afro natural hair, okay? Because I need my Mile Niagara because of wig. But no offense, I love Mile Niagara, but I'm saying it wasn't none of that going on, okay? Y'all trying to remind yourself, if you was in time 9-10 walking around, you been lynched, okay? So they did not know how to classify Mexican Americans. So at the time, they still trying to practice if you're white in this country, you're an American citizen mess, okay? So they classified them as white. But socially, they knew genetically they're not white. They're mixed, okay? So it's like they had signs that said no niggers or no Negroes, no Mexicans, no dogs, and stuff like that, okay? No Spanish, no Mexicans, no WBICKs, SBICs. You get my point. A lot of folks don't know this, okay? So, let's start questioning people where Mexicans were white. Was the Depression, okay? Depression. And everybody said Mexicans, I said, well, what about the other Hispanics? Well, majority of Hispanics at that time were Mexican descent. Later on, you have your Hondurans and other people. Yes, Puerto Ricans came in. Puerto Ricans were already national, so they own, Puerto Rico was American citizens at the time, but they went in the mainland, okay? Come on, right? And Cubans came later on, okay? The truth of the matter is, they start to question this because during the Depression, they start to blame Mexican Americans for the Depression. And that's when they start questioning whether they were white or some other group, okay? Then we say the Spanish is white. When they used the term Spanish, it meant a racial category, okay? You gotta get my point. Like when Jabbar's show was upset when folks were saying about Mark Gomez, who's an Latino African, want to beat the other lady up. And in 19, he's mixed up too. He no full-blown black man, but he looked more black, okay? And he either Puerto Rican or Dominican. And y'all were saying he's not black, he's Hispanic. Because in this country, they use that term as a racial category because you live in an Anglo-Saxon country. Let's get to understand. A white Anglo-Saxon. One time they didn't let Italians be white. And Irish. Do you understand? White Anglo-Saxon Protestant country. Folks need to do research. Okay. So, that's when they started questioning. What got people to kind of stop that categorization of white on Latinos who are racially mixed, especially Mexican Americans, was LULAC. LULAC was who did not get along with NAACP back in the day. And LULAC members in Texas were trying to keep that white categorization so they can get white clout, white favoritism, get white privilege, whatever from Anglos. Okay, that's why you sometimes see, even though Anglo-Americans came here, part of my DNA as well, because I'm not pure black, okay, not a family tree, but they came here to Texas with my African folks, ancestors who were mixed and pure, and took the land and made it a slave state. You have this relationship between white and Hispanic, brown people. And even when it comes to race, you will see people here in Texas, after saying people getting bombarded with racism, and here comes some Latino trying to take sides with white people. The coconut disease, okay? So, anyway, but at the same time, the white people do the same thing, and they'll get African people to attack Hispanics about immigrants. It's just stupid, but y'all not attacking the white race people. I say not white people, white racist people. Okay, it sounds weird that both are coming in. Anyway, but the point is, so there's been relations, of interracial marriages. Even though they would classify both people as white, it's still interracial because that Mexican person have native and also distant African roots. So they're not pure white, okay? Let's get that understanding. So they was trying to tell the United States Governor Lulac to list them as white as possible, and that's the reason why that he still went until the 60s and 70s. When Nelson Castro Raza came in and said, excuse me, we're not seen as white because you had the Chavez situation going on. You had the Puerto Rican, like the black version, the Puerto Rican version of the Black Panthers, Young Lords. You had the Mexican version, the Brown Bearers, and actually Young Lords, Brown Bearers were friends with the Black Panthers. A lot of folks not know that. Chavez, I think it was friends with Black Panthers. I saw on the Chicano Facebook recently. Yes, so a lot of folks not know that they start to recognize that they're not treated as white people. Okay, you had the walk out. Watch that movie Walk Out, and also too, and one before Brown versus Education, you had Mexican Americans in a Mesoamerican family, which is Silvia Mendez. Silvia Mendez's mom is Puerto Rican, was Puerto Rican. She passed away, if I'm not mistaken, and her dad was Mexican. The Mendez family, Westminster versus Mendez in California, they don't want to fought hard for Latinos, mostly Mexican, to go to white school in the 1930s or 40s. Then you have the Soto case here in Texas. Okay, so those cases allowed Hispanics to go to white schools. Then 1954, they had African people who were listed as black with the one drop rule, who are not pure black, dark like King Karen, who were not pure black, go to white schools in 1954 in Brown versus Education. Okay, with Thurgood Marshall, and even he go with light skin. Look at Thurgood Marshall. Thurgood Marshall do not look like a pure black man. The dark skinned brother who's playing him do not look like him. If you saw Thurgood Marshall, you probably thought that's a Mexican Puerto Rican, because he's very exotic looking. Okay, all right. Thurgood Marshall, Supreme Court judge. Thank you. This is how lightning, so-called good head. Okay, thank you. Y'all get my point? All right. Even the civil rights leaders, you have Martin Luther King, caramel skin, not dark chocolate. No, it's not caramel skin. He got kinky hair, but still a lot of skin tone. You have Malcolm X, red. He wasn't milk chocolate like no Denzel. You get my point. People need to understand that colorism was used a lot in black beauty, in positions of power. They had the light brown paper bag test, and all the curl. What type of curl pattern your hair with a comb come through? Yeah, for real. You had some households, if your hair was not naturally straightened or loose curl, it was kinky, you couldn't walk in the house. I'm not lying. You have families, people don't understand that. I guess when they had relaxers, okay, and hot combs, I guess it could, okay, but for real, this was going on. Most of your color schools, when it comes to cheerleaders, and my grandmother can test, even though I don't bring her in my situation, but on my dad's side, she's a little bit darker than me, but she's not dark chocolate. She's a milk chocolate sister. She's kind of like a Kelly Roller. She told me at the color school herself, if they did not let dark skin, like, the PTO complexion women, girls, to be in chili unless she was petite. You know what, they're going to let Miley Nagana go in because she's very petite. But no, they wanted some petite, I guess, with king features, Negroid features to be but no, you had to be a lot of brown skin tone up to a look like Bird Martinez and look like a white Paris Jackson. Okay, for real. And I did see a lot of that in the yearbooks, like some of the teachers, like white folks, like, who am I? No, that woman is black. Do the one drop rule, okay? Because she don't look black, but she has some black, okay? So, point is, when it comes to Latinos, they in Texas, they still practice like one drop rule illegally. and still trying to classify Hispanics as white. Young Turks did a story about this too. They had a brother darker than me, let's say as white, and actually I had a homegirl on mixedfolks.com to all my business. Blah Rican, I'm gonna mention who you are. Yeah, that was me. He's again, not you and I, but the others getting to arguments. Okay, I'm the guy from Texas. I'm telling my business now. Okay, and what happened is in 2003 on mixedfolks.com. Her mother's African American Creole, I believe, right? From Louisiana. Her dad is an Afro Latino, Puerto Rican. And in Louisiana, they listed him. He looked more black. I don't know how dark or light he is. He have African phenotype. Maybe not pure of it, but still some admixture. This dude is as white. Yes. So, yes, for real. So, and this Louisiana now, okay? This is weird how they did these things at the end. But in Texas, they still are backwards. Like, I have to remind them that you can classify yourself as mixed. Let me explain. And let's say I laugh at Lula. In the 90s, up until my graduation, I remember Tiger Woods was from a combination on Oprah, and that was not time because I checked other on my ACT and I checked multiracial on my ACT. I don't forget I was in 11th grade. And I was happy because Tiger Woods, our heritages are naturally different. We're about the same skin tone, and Oprah was this. I love the old Oprah, okay, not today's Oprah, okay. And she was trying to educate the people that one drive rules don't know about law. Well, during that time, the multiracial movement in the 90s, the multiracial movement, the people I know, the multiracial movement was trying to push this multiracial category on the census in 2000. And LULAC, NAACP, Nazi Rasa, Urban League, American Indian Movement went against this rule. They didn't want the census. They said lose numbers. It's funny because you still have some Spanish to check the out, but they're mixed. But the point is, so the census said, okay, well, we was let all Americans check whatever box they want to check. And I checked 2 races or more, black, white, native at the time. I didn't know about the Hispanic origin, my roots. And then when I moved, I didn't do the 2010. No, I didn't even touch that one. But when I moved to my apartment in 2012, the Census Bureau mailed me a letter saying and I did check black, white, native, and I mentioned the Creole, whatever. But I didn't know there was Spanish origin in my mom's side until I did research in 2016, which I'll be checking that as well. And since now on the job application, I do check 2 races or more, and yes, that's why you have that, because Census Bureau has said that majority job applications have 2 races or more box. One thing I hated when it says non-Hispanic, because they know Hispanics are racially mixed. But let me say this. What about someone like Mariah Carey, who's African American in Venezuela, which is Hispanic, and Irish? How can you say 2 races or more she's not Hispanic? Do you get a stage that she's part African American, part Mexican? You get my point. It's weird how, and I said, well, I have a drop of Spanish in me too, Spanish Creole. I want to be fully acknowledged, not just one part of being acknowledged, whatever. And I will check 2 races or more in Hispanic origin. Meaning sometimes they just give me a choice. I just leave it blank. I don't even check the rate. I just put don't want to answer the question. Because I'm not with the one job ruling into, and people say, well, yeah, I'm answering with state records. I was telling Bird Martin about state records. When I was updating my license, my state license, I said, well, my lawyer in the past told me that since the Census Bureau allowed 2 races or more, every state, city, local, county supposed to allow you to have the option to check more than one box. And so I was a Hispanic man from Austin, I was talking to on the phone DPS, he said, excuse me, you can't check other, right? I said, yeah, on my security license, I talked like I was doing when I was working security at a company, I mentioned their name, I told that lady, put other. I don't know I'm a mixed heritage. She put other. And I put other on my application when I was getting my security license. Well, on my state license, it does say other now, okay? I checked other on 2017. And so, when I was telling Bird, if the Hispanic woman who's from Honduras would know her rights, she probably would check black, Native American, or American Indian, or white, because that's her family gene pool. She's not no full-blown white woman. She's not a full-blown black woman. She's not a full-blown Native American woman. She has the different rules in Honduras in Mexico. In Honduras, the Spaniard, the Native African, and she has a right to check those boxes or just check other or check none. But in the state of Texas, how racist it is, many people are choose to be dumb and ignorant. I mean, very harsh here, to educate themselves. No, the one drop rule is no longer law, and let me explain. The one drop rule is no longer a law because of the 11th Judicial Regime case that allowed interracial marriage to be legalized in 1967. They said in their documentation that the one drop rule is unconstitutional. It was. It was a rule that put slaves on plantation. Okay, after they stopped importing slaves to the United States from Africa, the slave masters decided to go force the slaves to sleep with each other, sleep with their mamas as well and their parents as well. The daughters that they were seriously sick. Okay, they also had sex forms where they had the pimping little girls to the master and he raping them whatever, and also he was having sex with men too, the butt breaking, because you can't produce with the same gender. Okay, but however, the children come out and they were afraid, like what happened with Michael Jackson's kids. They come out like a white person, they'll not tend to be free. So they didn't want people with, and even if they didn't like a white person, I don't look white and I have a drop of white in me. Well, you said that being black is a slave, but I got European blood. Now they're gonna stop slavery. So what they did, they put the one drop rule to make more slaves. And that's why the black, with all these videos about black men going white women, is a scandal here. Because back in the day, if a white woman had a child with a black person, a black man, that child is free because condition of the mother. But that's why they stopped that. Okay? So if the woman is a black woman, the mother's a black woman, or she's partially black, and she have a child with massa, the child is a slave just like her. Okay, I get my point. You see why I don't go along with this one drop rule? People call me a coon, but I laugh. They're uneducated. They don't want going over masses a plan. I'm going against it. So we are part black, native, and white people. We're not pure black. That was used to put us in slavery and to oppress us. So yes, I checked 2 races more, and so I have a drop of Spanish, Creole, as it's related to Spain and Spanish origin, and I do take other. I'm not going on with what white masters playing, because the one drop rule was about raping or seducing a slave if it was consensual sex, so that next child of that mix will be a slave for having black DNA. So y'all get my point. In after slavery, it was sitting in the back of the bus and you being in economic default for having. You get my point. So y'all on the oppressive side. I'm not. Can call me no damn coon. Y'all uneducated ass out there. Don't call no. Y'all a coon. You masters very good pets. I'm a freedman in the runway, not the house nigga or the field nigga. I'm calling myself a nigga. You get what I'm saying? So point. I don't care, but white man is not God to me. He may be to you, but not to me. Thank you. As I was saying, so that's why I check more than one box. And that's why we come different shades and hair textures. Because we're not pure. And the same thing with Hispanics. They're not pure anything. So it was stupid for LULAC and Nasa Raza and NAACP and Urban League to go against this multiracial character, because 9 out of 10, it would let all of us be multiracial. Because we have different races in us. We're not pure. Why do people want to be pure anything? I thank God my rules are screwed up. Okay? So the Honduran woman, she should be listed as other, since they don't have a Hispanic as a racial, as a ethnicity. Don't put her as no white or black or they're purely. Put all 3 categories on, or just put other or put NA. There's, yes, even at the though they Plaza place, they put me as NA. Meaning non-disclosure, NA, yeah, right, because they said that there was no, since I don't deny my mixed heritage, I have a right to not, go along with the one drop, whatever. Yeah, they told me when I went to the Plaza Place in 2016, and I said that I have black, white, native, and, said at the time I know the Spanish origin, because I know Real. Remember I did a video about my roots in 2016, and I didn't know Real was a Spanish last name till later on I had to do Wikipedia, and I was like, that's last name? That's Spanish? I ain't not know. Anyway, I'm a mama's side of family tree, and I know that. But I told a lady, and it was a homegirl by my color. She from Mississippi. I ain't trying to tell her business. And her dad Puerto Rican. Yeah, she had last name. She had Spanish last name. She mixed with Spanish. She's part African American and Spanish. Okay, so I ain't know until I saw her last name. I said, "What are you?" I said, "How you know my last name?" I said, yeah, "Oh yeah, my dad Puerto Rican." I said, "Oh okay, you Puerto Rican too." Okay. So point is, I said, "Yeah, I don't deny my roots for nobody." And the white man just told her, "Yeah, just put me in there." And so, therefore, I don't deny a lot of folks not know their history. It's all listen to everybody and do y'all research. So, does it answer the question that why this woman was listed as white, even though she's not fully white? And this problematic. That's why we have black and brown racism, and I'm going to call it like it is. Some Hispanics, since they listed as white, start to emulate what white supremacists act towards them and us. That's the reason why, like the Georgia, thank you, okay? And black and brown racism down in California. There you go, okay? Emulating what white racist people say about African descendant people. But that's why I have to mention, excuse me, you have a drop of African in you too. And native, you're not no full-blown white person, sit down. See the thing before, okay? Stop trying to act like a white person. They build the wall and everything and putting ice. That does not sound white for you, okay? Thank you, okay? We both are enemies of white supremacy, okay? Let's call it like it is. Let me do my Veronica Vega. Now I hate the N word, but she had a point though. She said it don't matter my skin light or her skin dark, my her and my nigga. We all come from the same place. Remember, she said we all did. Y'all remember? Veronica Vega said. I laughed when I saw that everybody got mad just to let her know Veronica Vega is part black. Okay, she not no pure white woman. Maybe her grandma look white, maybe her sister look white, but she got Native American and white and black. She's mixed of all three. Okay, both of her Cuban and her Venezuelan side. Okay, I hope she ain't related to Mariah Carey now. Okay, you know what I'm saying? No, for real. So stop with that mix. She not no pure white woman. She ain't no pure black woman. Pure that she mixed. Can we all stop trying to make someone pure? If accept who you are. If you have more than one race in your family tree, which is the reason why your parents here, your grandparents, you here, your cousin, you all that, then you mix, okay? You didn't come from one place, okay? Just Africa or just Europe or just America. So you came from all those three continents. Why not embrace it all? Because that's a person who don't like who they are. When they want to deny one part of their roots over the other and then get mad about someone like me claiming all my roots. Because I thank God, good or bad, good come out of bad things too, okay? God do change a curse into blessings now, okay? I thank God of all the roots in my family tree, okay? Yes, y'all who don't like who you are, who want to get mad and claim to be this and that, pure this and partial this and that, when actually if you claim all your heritage, you would have an issue. Hello. That's all I gotta say. Bye.